Hello, my name's Eimear and today we're going to make a piece of jewellery based on a new exhibition in the National Museum of Ireland called Inform. The National Museum invited 22 makers to search through the objects in their collection and to find one that really inspired them. The makers then made a new piece of ceramic work or a new piece of jewellery based on the object. You can visit the exhibition and you'll find there the new ceramic works and new jewellery besides the objects that inspired them. Here's our first piece from the Inform exhibition. On the left hand side we can see a necklace that Siobhan O'Sullivan made. She made this in response to the vase on the right hand side. The vase is a Japanese vase from the late 19th century, and we can see a dragon which swirls all the way around, and there's gold dotted throughout the piece. I wonder what Siobhan took her inspiration from. When you look at the links on the chain, they almost look like the scales on the dragon of the vase. Can you see this? The second piece we'll look at is Anne-Marie Reinhold's silver brooch, which was made in response to this golden fish. So on the right hand side we can see the National Museum's artefact, which is a box in the shape of a fish, which is Japanese, probably from the 19th century. Now this box might look gold, but it's actually made out of wood. I wonder what Anne-Marie took inspiration to make her silver brooch out of. I can see some swirling forms that look very much like the fish, and I can see something that looks like a fin which is coming out. The last example is from maker Eve Doyle, and on the right hand side you can see that she took inspiration from an incense burner from Japan. And she created a brooch, a collar and earrings from stainless steel. Now you can see these on the left hand side, and what I can see is lots and lots and lots of little boxes that look like they're made out of wire that are all jumbled together. And when I look at the incense burner, I wonder, what did she take inspiration from? Well, I can see lots of blue boxes that are on top of the incense burner, and all these blue boxes are kind of joined together in a flowing pattern. I'm wondering if she took inspiration from that. To inspire our new pieces of jewellery, we are going to look at furniture maker Eileen Gray. She was born in County Wexford in 1878 and then she moved to London. But it was when she moved to France she became really experimental with her furniture designs. Paris at the time was a really creative and exciting city, and Eileen Gray experimented a lot with shape, line, colour, different materials and textures. She took a lot of inspiration from exciting artists at the time too. Unlike many furniture designers at the time, she was interested with how it felt to sit in her furniture and how it felt to use her furniture. Let's look at this chair by Eileen Gray. How can we describe it? The seat looks curvy and cushioned, and the arms and legs look quite straight and strong. I wonder, how would it feel to sit in it? Can you think of some words, some feelings? To learn more about this chair, let's make some drawings. You can see here that Anne-Marie Reinhold has made some drawings of her fish to learn more about the curviness of the shape and to learn more about how the fin might look. Let's start drawing. The first drawing we're going to do is we will look at the chair for 15 seconds, then look away and draw from our memories. So our 15 seconds of looking starts now. So carefully look at the head of the chair, maybe look at how many cushions there are, what type of curve it is, then look at the arms and legs of the chair, what type of angle they go down at. Okay, let's get ready to draw from memory. Let's draw from memory together. What can you remember? I can remember different cushions going all the way down on a big curve. Then I can remember some straight arms and legs and one on the other side. Now we're just thinking of describing. Don't worry how it turns out. Just very quick drawings. Our next drawing is going to be only looking at this picture of the chair and not looking at all of what we're drawing. So we're going to do a really quick drawing. I'll demonstrate only looking at the chair and not looking down at the piece of paper. So you can imagine this drawing might turn out too well, but I'm looking very carefully at all the straight bits and then all of the curved bits and any pattern that I see there. There we have it. So you give this a go. Let's pause the video for a minute. Let's look at the drawings we've made and use some words to describe them. So in this one, I think it's quite boxy, isn't it? There's no real wavy or curvy lines, so I'm going to write boxy. And on this one, it's a bit squiggly and wiggly and wavy, so I'm going to write wiggly and wavy. What words would you use to describe yours? Now, the next thing we're going to do is look at the parts that we find really exciting. So which parts of your drawing do you find the most exciting to look at? For me, I think there's a lot of excitement in this part of my drawing here. So I'm going to put a big circle around it because I really like how wiggly and wavy and sharp and bendy all these lines are. So look at your drawings and put a big circle around the parts of the drawings that you like the most. As you can see, Anne-Marie Reinhold has then cut out some of her drawings to look at all the different shapes in it. So let's give that a go ourselves. So to turn these drawings into jewellery, what we're going to do is take the one that you had circled and get yourself a new piece of paper. And you're going to cut around the circle because we're going to look at these lines more. So cut out your circle, put your drawing to one side. Now on your new piece of paper, I want you to draw right all over piece of paper, draw it really big, what you can see in the circle. It doesn't have to be exactly right, but just concentrate on what lines you see in the circle and drawing them much bigger. And this is going to help us make a new piece of jewellery. Here we have it. What am I missing? One up here and another one here. And that is a very rough version of what's on my smaller piece. So give that a go now, guys. We're going to get our scissors and we're going to cut out all the lines. So go around each line and we're going to cut it out until we have something that looks a little bit like a spider's web. Now, here's what mine turned out like. What did yours turn out like? At this point, you can colour in your piece of jewellery because what we're going to do later is we're going to wrap it around our arm or maybe around our necks, wherever you think your piece of jewellery might look good. Let's colour it in. Eileen Gray loved experimenting with how different colours would look beside each other. So think about what colours you would like to put onto your design and be as experimental as you'd like. So you can pause the video now and you can experiment with how you'd like to colour your piece of jewellery in. Get your piece and maybe place it around your neck in a few different ways. Think about what you would like to show off the most Actually, I think that's quite cool on me. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to turn it around and I'm going to get my piece of string and make sure it'll sit around my neck. And I'm then going to attach my piece of string to where I wanted my necklace to sit around. So I'm going to attach it to two little legs that were sticking out. Now, let's try our first piece of jewellery on. If you remember, Eileen Gray was not only interested in what a piece of furniture looked like, but how it felt to sit and to be in the furniture. I wonder if that's the same with the different types of jewellery. How does your necklace make you feel? My necklace makes me feel excited, like I'm going out to a party. But I wonder if we make a different type of jewellery, maybe a crown, would we feel differently? Would we feel powerful like a king or a queen in a crown? What type of furniture would a king or queen sit on? They would wear their crown and sit on their throne and feel very powerful. To make our crown, we are going to use the cardboard to make our design stronger. So we're going to stick our design to our cardboard and then we're going to cut the whole thing out and that will make it nice and strong for us to make a crown out of. Now, next we cut it out. When you have it all cut out, I want you to turn it over and stick two more pieces of cardboard down. And this is to make a big band around your head. And then we're going to fit it on top of our heads like a king or queen. Tear off a little bit of tape and you might need somebody to help you fit the crown on your head. But pick your crown up, bring it all the way around so the two bands are touching on the back of your head, and then using a bit of tape, stick the two bands together. Now, how do you feel in your crown? To make your armlet, ask for help to cut a water bottle. Cut the top and the bottom and then cut it up the middle. I've just added a bit of tape because it was quite sharp. So this is going to fit nicely onto your arm and then we're going to stick our design on top of it. So think, just like the necklace and the crown, think about which way you would like it to go. So I think I would like these long pieces to flow over my fingers. So I'm going to get my glue and I'm going to glue the back of my design and start to stick it on my armlet. Now, stick it all the way around and I want some of these loose bits to hang down my fingers. Just a bit more glue here. And we're nearly ready for our final piece of jewellery. So, what do we think? Eileen Gray made furniture for us to wrap our bodies around, and she wanted us to experience different feelings as we did that. I wonder what she would think about all this jewellery we've wrapped around her body. What would she think about a necklace wrapped right around our neck? Or an armlet, maybe much like a warrior would wear. Maybe it would give us strength and power. Or would she prefer a crown, like a king or queen, wrapped around her head? Hope you enjoyed this jewellery making session.